minutes still. Just gonna be doing all these electronics today. Getting everything wired in anyway. So I'll just wait a few minutes still and see who comes. Slonky Dong's first, or was first. Probably sleeping now. Like panels are nice, but they get dirty quick. Alright, about another minute or so, and we'll get started. We're gonna wire all this in. I already did the 110 stuff. Well, US is 110 volts, so that's all done already. We went with the CAN board for the extruder, or well, tool head, so that's out of the way too. So it's gonna be a really simple wire. It's just steppers and you know, end stops. So it should go fairly quick. Then get these skirts on and go from there. See where we end up. Skirts on, get it flipped back over. Top half, there's really not much to do except for panels. So if we get the wiring done, skirts on, maybe we'll flip back over and plug it in. See if we don't get any magic smoke. Probably not going to get into the config stuff tonight. Still got to flash the SB2209. It's not actually Raspberry, it's an Orange Pi 3 LTS is what the Siboor kit comes with. That is pre-flashed with Clipper. It's onboard storage, you don't have to worry about SD cards or anything like that for it. And then we have the Spider 2.3. So that's more than enough drivers. We only need 6. Actually, technically we only need 5 because I already have the extruder one taken care of. So we'll get all that wired up, get everything plugged in. Should go pretty quick. The jumpers came pre-installed. Clipper is pre-installed on the board itself, so we don't have to worry about that either. So that's nice. Knocks a couple, things out right away. Other than that, I should be able to plug this in and pull up mainsail. As far as I'm aware, that's all it's going to take. I'm going to have to edit the config and stuff some more because of my stuff that I added to it, but it should be enough to turn it on and make sure the heaters work. Doing the SB2209, the thermistor, I have an older version that didn't come with the pigtails, and the thermistor already has the pigtails on them, so I had to crimp that myself. And the crimps are, way smaller than what the actual wires are, so that'll be fun. It'll be interesting to see if it actually gets contact or not. But, alright, let's go ahead and figure out the plan of attack here. A couple things I want to take care of. I want to button up the wire loom with some zip ties real quick so it doesn't slip out. Cure it anyway. Usually I do it with shrink wrap, but yeah, I don't really see a reason to get all that busted out. You're not going to see this anyway. Alright. Do the other side. Actually, yeah, we'll do this side too, but I'm going to route these wires a little different. I have wire channel 2, and I started doing the main voltage wiring and completely forgot that I have enough channel for 2 printers, so we'll use some of it up, I think. I'll just use some VHB tape for it. I tried to see if I had any other double-sided tape. I don't, so VHB it to the panels, make everything nice and clean. I mean, I'm not really worried about that. That's fine. That's secure. Looks good. This nest of wires is actually organized, although it kind of still looks like a nest. We're probably gonna leave that. So basically, just be everything else leading towards here. So to start with, obviously these stepper wires are too short. These are from OMC Stepper Online 0.9 degree steppers, so they're not what comes with the Siboor kit. The Siboor kit comes with OMC 1.8 degree steppers. 0.9s, I have them on my crook build. They're loud. As far as reducing VFAs, I can't really speak to it that much. If I would have ran the machine with 1.8s first, and a considerable amount, and then switch to 0.9s, I probably would have a better judgment on if it really does reduce VFAs and other artifacts and such. But other than possibly reducing VFAs, they're loud. So these, I was just gonna solder leads to here so we can get it to the drivers, but instead I am gonna go with 4-pin JSTs. This way it's more modular. If I want to change these out easier, I don't have to worry about then replacing another wire, then getting another stepper up here. I'll already have the lead here anyway, so it'll make it fairly easy to do later on. So let me grab those. We'll get those on first. So get up the kit here. We're gonna go with, this will be the male end. So let's go ahead and get 4 of these off. Cutters here. Get 4 of these. And you know what? Let me start music too. There's music already on. Music's already on. Okay. Go ahead and get all these cut off here. Actually, you know what? They come with, let me check the kit real quick. They come with a JST kit, and I almost completely forgot about that. I'm just so used to reaching back for my stuff. Let's see if they give us what we need to complete this. And it looks like they do. So, there you go. Got a nice package here of, you got different, looks like 4 pins, some 2 pins, 3 pins, of the 2.54s. Okay, yeah, we got a bunch here. We'll have enough to repin the steppers, or the driver side as well, the board side. So, okay, let's use this stuff instead of the other stuff. Put these back in here. That's funny too, every different set of JSTs, microfits, whatever, every brand crimps different too. Some crimp great, some not so much at all. Let's see here, go with 4 pins again. Yeah, let's go make these the male ends over here. Make sure we're using the right clips here. From the looks of it. No, okay, we gotta use these longer guys. These ones are all for the white guys here. Alright, 4 of these. what size are these going to crimp at? These look like 1.3s. Let me see here. Maybe 1.6. Yeah, 1.6s. So it'll probably be 1.6 and then 1.9. I want to first cut off these tinned ends. I don't really care for tinned ends much, especially in connections. Alright, those out of there. This is probably 18. Nope, only 20. That might not be enough either. I might have to get the other cripper, or that worked. Other strippers out, maybe. We'll see. Yeah, this is working fine. I don't use these strippers as much as I probably should. They're just big. I'm so used to the old, you know, plier style ones. These things work great. Tried and true. Never had a problem. You know, unless you arc them out on something. Alright, one more strip. Alright. Then I just like to give them a little twist. Let me adjust this just a little bit here. Go ahead and give them just a decent twist here. Just to make sure you don't get any flyers poke out and cause shorts. Maybe chasing down issues with your printer you didn't even know you had. You're gonna be going everywhere looking for, and it's just gonna be a little, you know, little strand poking another one, and that's all it takes. All right. Go ahead and crimp these. Yeah, you know, there's not gonna be that many wires going to this thing. Not as much as I was anticipating. CAN does that for you. What is that, like 13 plus wires that you're saving coming back to the main board? These all nice and crimped. I usually like just to give these a little pinch at the back just to make sure it goes easy in the way I want it to. This one. There's another. These things are crimping nice. Except for that one. That one didn't squeeze down tight enough. Pull test, good. Pull on it, good. That one bent a little. Pull on it though, good. Alright, let's fix this black one here. Retwist this. Give me one more. There. this guy in here. It actually holds this time. Get the back end. And good. Full and good. Alright, so that one's good. So the order of these ones here, I had written it down. They're the exact same steppers I'm using on the crook build, so pretty easy just to go ahead and stick these in and be done with it. I just followed what I did over there. So from left to right, well, I guess this part doesn't really matter as long as they match up, but we're gonna go black. How do these guys slide in here? Go like this. They go in from this side, so these guys lock in this way. Let's find out here. Yep, that's right. Just like that. You know what, good question with these ones. Which one takes the pin and which one takes the receiver part? I would imagine this is the receiver part. Alright, so we get this one backwards. That's fine. I'll fix that. Just gonna have to recrimp that one. No big deal. Pay attention to what I'm doing next time. Set that there. Let's go ahead and cut another piece. I fix this black wire again real quick. Actually, I'm just going to go ahead and cut this end. It's been crimped twice now. I don't want to take a chance. So we're going to get this guy stripped. And crimped. 1.6. Apparently I wasn't making enough, apparently I wasn't making enough noise in the headset because it turned off at me. Alright, so this black one's crimped. I gotta crimp the back half of it. We'll be good to go there. That's good. One more little snug there. And tight. Alright, so back to where I was. This one is going in here. This is going to go black, green, actually a little push there, there we go, red, and then blue. coming out. Good. Alright, so that side's good. Let's go ahead and chop this other side off real quick. Get these crimped off. Last one. Alright. That's west. Alright, let's go ahead and cut 4 more of these off. Two, 3, and 4. We'll just snap that one off. Alright, same thing over again. Just get them all nice and crimped here. Good. Blue. First crimp. And second crimp. Full test. Good. Next one. Grab this black one here. Good. Smusher. Good. Alright, last one. Good. Alright, so let's see. Another one of these guys here. There you go, same thing again. Go black. Yeah. Slide that out of the way. Sometimes a little wiggle. Alright, some green. That one popped right in, no problem. Red. Same with that one. And blue. Alright. those are ran. We don't need this for the moment. Not until we go to put in the actual wires. Let's get some wire channel out here. The wire channel on. Let me grab some VHB tape too while I'm standing here. Alright. So how do we want to do the channel here? Alright. Yeah. I don't remember how this goes together. I haven't put wire channel together in a very, very long time. Since I was an electrician, and that was, hell, 15 plus years ago? Yeah, there we go. Alright. Okay. So, we might as well just go ahead and hit one just straight across the back here. Yeah, might as well. Alright, so let's put a few pieces of VHB on there. We don't need to cover the whole thing in VHB. It's a little excessive. Alright, what do I do with that? Knife. Actually, I'll just use the snips here. It'll be even easier than a knife. Go. I should probably get away with just a couple pieces, honestly. But we'll put a third one just because I don't ever want to have this start falling down and just looking like crap. We'll go. One more on here. Just use the PSU as a workbench, no big deal. That's not going anywhere. Let me wipe this again real quick. Make sure there's no dust on here. This way this sticks, you know, forever. Actually, let me just go ahead and wipe this with a little bit of alcohol real quick. Make sure to actually get this clean. You want this to adhere as long as physically possible. You don't want to open up your printer a year after you build it and have all your wires just dangling around there after you spent all this time putting it together. So let's go ahead and stick this one in. Looks about the same. Yeah, that ain't moving. Okay. Let's see. Do I have anything coming back this direction? Do I need anything over here? I think we're fine on this side of the machine. So let's check. Let's go with this side here. I said these wires are done. I don't need anything there. We do need to come this way. We have these wires to take care of this bundle here. So let's figure out how we're going to get this snaked in this way. So probably just go ahead and I'll cut a couple sections here. Let me grab a marker so I can mark this. So we'll go with our first section. We'll put a small piece right there. We'll take the next piece about that big. We'll skip underneath the PSU, and then we'll put a piece about yay big. So 1, 2, 3 pieces. Cutting this is kind of a rigid plastic. Let's see. See how this coping saw does. Works good for trim. Let's see how it works for this. Surprisingly well, it seems. Alright, there's the first one. Just a small strip. The tiniest of strips here. Put this guy in. Let's be smart about this here, so I'm not trying to guess where it's at when I try to put the cover on, because the cover I'm going to try to put on over the top of all that. Let me grab my little mellow ruler. So we're going to want this to be the same distance from this side to the other side, ideally anyway. So we're going to say the one edge at 70. Go ahead and mark this side too the same way. This way it's easy to line up still. 70. And then back here, I'm just going to put a small mark right on the glass. You won't see it anyway. And same thing here. I'm going to put a small mark right on the glass here, so we know where it's at. And then, honestly, on this one, I don't think I was inside the extrusion. I was inside the extrusion when I measured these. Yeah, I would have been off on that side. Nothing would have lined up. I would have hated life. But, so we measured twice, right? Okay. Go ahead and get these stuck down. Well, the first one anyway, still gotta cut the other two. One. Let's get this one cut real quick. I got an actual hacksaw here, it might be a little faster. Might not be as nice, but it'll be a little faster. Let's see about cutting this guy. Maybe a coping saw was easier. All you really got to do is score it and crack it. I'll probably just use the utility knife. Alright, another small piece of VHB. Go this much. This one up. So deeper that just a little bit, just by my finger. A little fuzz there. Everything in this house has fuzz on it. We have quite a few pets. 2 dogs, 3 cats. Dogs are 85 pounds and 110 pounds respectively. Not small. Much easier. Alright, last piece of tape for this side. Right there. And the last one. Alright, there'll do. Alright, so now this should all start laying down fairly well. What we have here is the CAN cable. That's the longest. So let's go ahead and run this one out first. Yeah, I'll run this one first. Actually, let me go ahead and get rid of this one edge so I can make sure this is all nice and flat in here. This should really just break right off. Just kind of cheap plastic. Yeah. Easy enough. Just give it a little snip. Oh, haircut. I work in architectural sheet metal. You would call that a miter cut. It's not really good looking, but serves its purpose. Let's see. Do I want to run my wires through the PSU bracket? Yeah, might as well. Run this guy here. Jump over that. Alright, so I suppose we could probably put the U2C on right here. I got this bracket off of Printables. I'll throw it in the description after the stream. Seems to work fine. Haven't tried it on here yet, so we'll see if my tolerances match up. USB's facing this way. We can keep USB to USB. Why don't we go ahead and slide the Pi over more this way? And then, yeah, because this is clipping on which way? Oh, this is actually clipping on this way. Honestly, I guess it doesn't really matter. It just matters how I take it off later. That's all. Perfect fit. Love it. Okay. So that runs over there. I'm not going to terminate that yet. We'll spin the printer around before we terminate any of that stuff. Then what do we have here? Here we have Y end stop and X end stop. And if we take a look at, got a nice guide, nice wire guide, showing you where everything goes, telling you where everything goes, what jumpers you need, how to connect the Pi, how to connect the hotbed. Pretty much everything you need for the most part. Comes in handy. There's not too much that differs from this. I'm running tap, but that's also up at the tool head where the CAN board is, so no worries there. So let's see. End stops. End stops are going. We got the Y and the X. The Y is to the left of the X, so remember that. And here, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 highlighted here. So X end stop is going to go just for my sake, so I know what I'm doing here. Remember where these go before I worry about trimming these wires up or anything like that. Well, first I guess I gotta untangle them. These are all sorts of wrapped up. moved this printer around quite a bit over the past 2 days. And they're not twisted together, they're just interlaced with each other. Alright. So what do we say first? X, just so I know where they're going. X. So we go here. These are 3-pin connectors. Only 2 pins are needed. The other one's a 5-volt. You only need the signal and the ground. You do all 3, or if you do, you know, say 5-volt and signal, you're gonna have issues. It's not gonna go very well. Or 5-volt and ground, you don't want to do that either. You're short it straight to ground, you're gonna have a short. Potentially mess up your board too. Alright, so Y is gonna be the next one. Alright, so there's a lot of extra wires here. We don't want all this extra wire. So you have a couple options. You could, you know, bundle it all up, get it all tight, and no. We're gonna go ahead and cut it. We're gonna cut it, we're gonna recrimp it, we're gonna get it short, we're gonna get it nice and tight. Before that though, I think what I wanna do, this is not the right way to get JSTs out, just so you're aware. Don't do that. My other pliers are over here. Let's go ahead and run the stepper out first. Let's take care of this guy before we do anything else. That's perfect. That this falls right in between a channel here. Okay, I have, let me actually see what if they provide me with any extra stepper wire motor, or stepper motor wires. I have the ones for the Z. Yeah, I have the Z ones. I just don't have these ones. These are split in 2. Which, these aren't terribly long, which is nice. I do have spare stepper wire. This way I can just keep the colors consistent at least. Let's see how these lay out too. Plug this in. And then have to figure out where I want to run the third Z, the back Z. I almost didn't leave myself in my room with this power supply here. Get this guy plugged in. Plenty. So, do I want to channel this guy this way, run up, and then have no room? Because A and B are going right here. Well, this is, I believe this is, well, number 1. Yeah, this should be 0. And Z0 is the first one. So let's see if I go this way, if that's long enough. It will be likely just long enough. Okay, so we'll do that. Let's add another piece of channel right here for this one. Marker. So another piece of channel. We'll go here. To here. And then we will snip that little corner off too. So with the utility knife this time, that's what I was going to do last time and I still have notes on it. Cut away from yourself at all times, don't cut towards yourself. That's how you end up in the hospital. We'll get the stitches. Alright, add some VHB to this one now. Go. So you don't need a ton, it's less super sticky. Just light load on here anyway, so. This is just a light load. There we go, perfect. So actually, before I stick that down there, let me go ahead and give this a snip. Should end up snapping off of there. Just wiggle it back and forth enough. Pull that dust off of there. Where'd that rag go? Go ahead and wipe this down real quick. Go ahead and line this guy up. Perfect. Alright, so we're probably ready to go ahead and... Oh, no, we gotta make this wire. Let's make this wire, get this out of the way. We can go ahead and close up this side. I guess I can go slightly overkill and add another piece right here. We'll just add this full one right here. There's other things here, so if I have to route more, that's fine. I should never have to route anything up the Z-chain again unless I add like a camera or something later on. Either way, it'll be accessible. I'd rather have, you know, more than enough on here than later on, like just having wires slop around everywhere because I'm out of area or I didn't put a piece in the right area and stuff like that. Do it right and do it once. Go ahead and drop this guy right here. We're about an hour in. About an hour in here. Alright, stepper wire. I should have a bunch. My boxes of wires that I have over here. It's not this box. Yeah, here we go. Oh, this one's already got ends on it. Perfect. It's got a couple ends on it. It's from an old build. Honestly, this is probably enough for both pieces that we need to extend. Well, maybe not both. We have two sides to do here. I thought I had more. Just probably looking in the wrong spot. I moved stuff around the other day again, and you know how that goes. Nope. That's 3-wire. I know I have stepper wire. I mean, I could use whatever. It doesn't matter. It's just nice to have everything the same. And we have this guy. Alright, we're good. So yeah, this one has ends attached to it already. So that end there, we're just going to go ahead and chop that off. That was from when I had my ender, and the enclosure, which happens to be, you can see the corner of it, that white box right there. That's where Crook lives now, in a box. This is Crook. That's got active heating and all that stuff. That box gets hot. Actually, before this, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and take a 2-minute intermission. I gotta grab something to drink real quick, so I'll be right back. Alright, now we're back. Sorry about that. Nice and refreshed now. Alright, let's go ahead and get this set up. Get these wires strapped, crimped, and ready to go. Don't need a ton. I know this is tedious and some zip ties and stuff and bundle these wires up so I don't have to worry about cutting, recrimping and all that, but back to like what I said, do it right one time and do it the only time. You don't have to keep going back and then hassling around with wires and all that. Everything's the right size, you know where it all goes. You have the channel there, pop it open, do what you gotta do, put the cover back on, good to go. We're going to be using the pokey ones this time. If I can get them out of the tray. Snips. Here, 4 of them. 1, 2, I just completely butterflied the clamps on there. There we go. 3. And 4. That one flying. I'll find it with my foot later on, I'm sure. Alright, these 1.6s. Grab an end and have at it. 2. Oh. Hand got a little jerky on me. That one's good. Alright, that one's good. Let's go ahead and grab the end we need. Make sure we're putting them in right. Just plug it in this way. So we're going to start with black, coming back the other direction. So I can see how these ones are supposed to line up. Put this upside down here. Black. Green. Red. And maybe blue. If it wants to go. And blue. Okay. Yeah, it's in there. Alright, so go ahead and plug that in. Alright, black, red, black, green, red, blue. Perfect. Alright, that is great. So, we can go ahead and pop this through here too. And actually, that's great. That is great. Alright, let me do the same thing here. You always want a clean wire path. I mean, those items probably sit high enough for the amount going through. We'll leave that one alone. Yeah. Okay, so let's see here. How long is this going to end up needing to be? Kind of pre-bend that. There we go. This one is, I'm all backwards here. This is A. A is going right here. So, put that on the board. M2. So do that. Let's check there. Alright, let's go ahead and cut it right where my fingers are at there. Get a little finger measuring. Try to cut them as straight as possible, make them look nice. Just real quick, this is going to be enough for the next side too, maybe? Likely. If not, I have another piece I grabbed that's right in this area somewhere. Somewhere. Okay. Oh, yeah, right here. The other piece. I'll use that for the other side. So we're good there. Let's go ahead and get this opened up. And now, where it matters is how we plug it into here. So I know from here, it's going to go in order from left to right. Same thing, how we did the thing. The JSTs, black, green, red, and blue. On this one. Not this one. That one is going to get you the results you want. Alright, and all the pins for UART are already plugged in. There was this jumper guy I had to put in there. Said I needed that to power the board. To be perfectly honest, I didn't look much into it. I just said okay. So I don't know exactly why. Good. Go ahead and twist these off. actually a little long. I'm going to trim that back in a second here. These are smaller pins now. Don't need to be as long. A little cut, a little snip off of there. Go ahead and grab what we need here. These are all pre-cut, which is kind of nice. Don't worry about cutting all these, peeling them off. Just put them in. You just have to deal with opening the bag. And with Ziplocs, I just rip the top and dump them in. Because I don't have time to sit there and fiddle with Ziploc bags sometimes. Alright, so this one, it's probably going to be 1.6 still. Yeah, 1.6 still. Alright, so let's get these crimped off. Like I said, I like to give that just a little help. That's good. That one's good. That one's good. In case anyone sees this later on and is wondering if that, if the Siboor kit actually comes with a mean-mill power supply, it does. I'd say so far the Siboor community in a whole has been great. They have a Discord over there. I'll throw a link for that. It's been great. They're very helpful. If you have an issue, they get back to you right away. You're not waiting long. You just have to be understandable because they're out of China, so time zones and stuff. But there's usually somebody else that can help you with your questions, any issues you're having. So it's a good little backer there to have when you're building a company's specific kit. Alright, that one's on. Let's grab a 4-pin out of here. This is plugging in this way, so we're gonna go wish I would have done these wires the opposite direction. I gotta kind of like give them an extra twist that I don't necessarily want to, but it's not gonna hurt anything. Alright, that's in. Green. These aren't very tight. Let me open up the tops a little bit. There's just little spring clips. I call them more stops, I guess, than spring clips even. That grab the plastic if they try to pull back. So I mean, these actually sitting there loose. This springs past the little holes in the end, and then it stays locked in place. They're nice. So now let's do this again. This should stay in place. Yep, there we go. Red. Blue. Should have known better when I said it wasn't going to take long to do the wiring. So there's that one. So now, I don't think I have anything else to worry about as far as covering up this side goes. Let me pull these under here as well. It's a little snug. Just a little stuck there. There we go. These red wires. Perfect. Alright, everything else is about where it's got to be. Let's go ahead and throw a couple zip ties around there just to keep it tidy, so I can get these covers on easy enough. I'll just bring the bag of them over here. Probably gonna need them. So I'll zip tie this side first. Get these bunched up. Let's run this other stepper in here first before I do that. This one's on already. It's fine. We can add another. I got plenty of zip ties. We want this guy to come down this way too. Come over and then in. So let's get this ran out. And then make sure that you're the right way. And it's not, we have to switch. I guess we don't have to. We'll leave it the way they have it for right now. If I have to switch the two wires, I have to switch the two wires. We'll know pretty quick if it's wrong. Either I'm going to get a TMC error or the motor's just going to shake. So, no big deal. Let's get this cleaned up. Now I can get a zip tie here and keep this taut. If I can get my fingers in there to get that zip tie out. There we go. Alright. So, the way I want to do these covers is I want to put these two on first. Get these two on first, then run the rest. Get this zip tied. Actually, let's go ahead and cut this one off, because these red ones are going across that direction. The red ones are coming back this way, so we'll zip tie those in a second. These are going to get cut down and re-crimped too. This guy I'm probably just going to poke through here and right back out the other side just to make it look clean. That's dipping under the PSU. That's the thermistor cable. When I ran before I realized, like, oh, we still have cable channels to put on first. I mean, you don't have to do cable channels. That's purely optional. It just depends how OCD you are about your wiring. And, well, I am a little bit, so. Just don't look under my computer desk. I gave up. Alright, that's good there. This guy. I'm undecided if I'm cutting that one yet or not. Alright, well, I'm gonna get this cleaned up right here at this corner. Snipper wire is a little long. That's okay. Alright, we're going to do a little bit of cutting on this guy. I don't know if I'm going to be able to sneak it in underneath the PSU. I'm going to try. It should fit height-wise, I'm thinking. So let's go ahead and get an actual dimension on this. We are not going to install this guy first, though. We're going to put on the other ones first, and I think run this one against it. We'll see. Actually, we'll just see what happens here. Marker. Alright, so we want to go to right about there. To right about there. Let's go ahead and cut that off. Go ahead and score it with the coping saw. This one isn't as stiff as the base. See, I just kind of cracked part of it, but if I bending it, it's a little more flexible. Doesn't give as easily. Alright, so is this realistically going to be able to get underneath the power supply? So I think we're going to have to go ahead and cut this again. Let's see here. This is going to be a little tricky. So from this point here, we're going to cut off these rakes. This point here to this one, we're going to go ahead and remove most of. We got to get over the rail. We got to get under the PSU. So let's just go ahead and start snipping those off. If I can find my mark. Well, those just kind of break right off pretty easily. Alright. Just go ahead and do the same on the other side. Alright, let's see if we can get this cover on here. I'm somewhat optimistic. Oh, let's do the same to this side now real quick. We're going to go between this one and this one. So it might go in between it, or am I taking those two? I went in between it. Sure, it'll work. We'll take one more back this way. Alright, we should be able to attempt to put this on anyway. It's just a matter of getting it over and under without breaking it. There we go. We're getting it. We're getting it. go ahead and, yeah, it looks like we gotta pop one more off there to get over this one. My measures might have been slightly off. Just a touch. This lined up with the wires. Make sure we get this underneath. We don't want it on the wrong side of that channel. Just go for this. There we go. Just that little tiny bit. That's all I needed. Didn't quite want to fit over that guy. We made it work though. It's in there. It ain't going anywhere. Looks fine. Let's go ahead and get this guy figured out real quick. Keep on moving. I admit that's not the prettiest right here. I'll show you. I'll take some pictures later and post them too. I mean, it looks fine. It's for what it is. It's fine. Let's see here. As far as cutting this, I want to make it look a little cleaner. There we go. Try the X-Acto. Needs a little more. Backside in first. That's good. We'll be in a second. Let's get this just a friendly trim. Perfect. I like it. I like it. Alright, let's just move down the line here. Let's go ahead and cut these. This is my Y-end stab. Let's go ahead and get those ones cut to where it needs to go, which is right here. I'll give it that much. Just like that. Okay. This one should be a fairly quick crimp. We will go ahead and slip the Y back on there. This way we know what it is later on. Get that cut and ready to go. And this is going to go on a 3-pin plug. Grab that little kit again right here. So let's grab 2 of these guys. This 1, 2, and a 3-pin JST. Later on, I'll de-pin the one that I cut and throw it back in the container, so I have it for later on. I'm just not spending all that time doing that right now when I have plenty of them right next to me. I have a whole container over here somewhere of de-pinned ones from various projects. Or ones that are cut short and still need to be de-pinned. This one, nice and tight. The second one. That is good. That 3-pin, let me check how this one was set up real quick. This way I just do it exactly the same way, I don't have to worry about it. Left and right. Okay. Left. And right. Nice and snug in there. Alright. So this one we can just go ahead and pop in right here. The pin wanted to come with it. Let's pull it back out of there. Make sure we get this guy secure. That's one thing you don't want to happen. Pay attention when you're plugging in your JSTs. You don't want one to push the pin back out. So you want to make sure your pins are all nice and tight in there. They can't come out, so you don't have that issue. Bouncing JSTs have definitely caused issues for people. Alright. That is better this time. Okay, so now X. Same thing, let's stretch it out a bit. Come back this way. Get a little arc. That should be good right there. Another mega long wire. Let me take the wire label off of that. Slip it on. Polarity for these do not matter. Worst case is you'll have to invert or uninvert if it's not triggering as expected. 2 more pins. That is like 5 of them in my hand. These are all stuck together. Alright, there we go. Get that one out. Let's see if we can get these 2 on there. It's better. They were all smushed together in there. I'm just shocked they're even cut. I thought they'd come off out of the factory on a strip. I'm not complaining. Makes it a little easier anyway. Couple seconds. Less chances of you poking your eye out by a piece of flying metal when you're snipping off the tabs, I guess. So basically, I'm going to evaluate the time frames that we do these streams. Although there's not many people here now, I'm not going to stop. I will force you all into submission. I'm just joking. Maybe I'm joking. Maybe not. Try to. I think Tuesdays is good. I definitely don't want to come in and try doing anything on the weekends. Really, it's not gonna work, especially with Nero and Steve doing their thing. I'm just a small potato. Make sure those are in that time. And plug her in. Alright, so there's the end stops. We got this thermistor guy here too, running right with the end stops. I don't know if I have anything else coming this direction yet. I don't think so, honestly. Let me look at what they have on here. According to this, HEF. That's got an asterisk to it. What's the asterisk? HEF, PCF. No. Thermistor hot end. That's fucked up. Probe, Z end stop. That's all in one. We don't need that down here anyway. CAN board. So we don't need anything else coming down this side of the board. So we can go ahead and lock that up. We could lock that up. Let's go a little longer. Not that much longer, just a little longer. Let's just go to the edge of the spider. Right here. Right here, and this one's fine. The only thing that isn't the greatest about cutting these is they don't match as far as the rakes on them. One side is, you know, one thing, the other side is another. As far as how they line up, they're slightly offset. So getting a straight cut isn't really the easiest thing to do. But we will make do. I'll just rip off a little bit of plastic there. I'll just kind of cut it into the way I want it. Snip there. Safety glasses on for that. Just give that a little twist, clean it up. Alright. Let's go ahead and get this lined up. Wire-wise, get those in there. that guy in there. And yep, we are good. That is in. Perfect. Alright. Moving on. Let's, I guess we're going to have to turn the printer around and start pulling out some of the other sides, because this one here is going to end up coming through here. Let me get this kind of pretend tucked in. This one's going to be a little tight with the wires. Alright, so let's spin this printer around some. Which way do we want to spin it here? Careful how you... This thing got significantly heavier. This is when I first put it on this table. You know, without all the components attached, just the frame. That's good here. Alright, so we got this. The stepper's already done. Got the rest of the mains voltage there. We're not going to run a channel there. We're going to leave that open. Likely we're going to leave it open. There's a small chance I'll go back later on in my own time and clean that up too. Like I said, I just completely forgot that I had cable chains that came with this. Or not cable chains, but cable channels. So, that's a thing. Alright, so let's get another stepper. Actually, let's get this one this way too. I'm not sure I'm actually wanting to redo these ones. They're not excessively long. These ones I could probably manage. So this one is going to end up being here. We'll see what we can do. Let's go ahead and get them plugged in. This one I'm gonna have to run back, and then to it. Let's we can actually do that. This one too. Just gonna end up being a lot of wire in this channel. I don't know if it's gonna really close. But this one would have to do the same thing. I'd come back all the way to it, and then back in. Alright, so we're going to cut these too. We're just going to make life easy. Cut everything. Got it all. Yeah. Okay, so this one... It's funny because they send you the 2.4 wiring chart and not the Trident one. It's all pretty much the same. The Z's are the same. So for the Z's, it should be for the back one. That's going to be your Z0. Then it should be your left for 1 and your right for 2. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Sounds right to me, right? Actually, let me double check that. Why don't we go ahead and pull up Siboor's page real quick. Let's actually, you know what? I need to get to their GitHub. Let's see here. Why isn't this letting me type? I'm just double checking real quick here. Let me just pull out my phone and make it easier on me. I have it saved there, of course. Spider 2.3 wiring for the Trident. Okay, so glad I looked at this. According to what they have here, it's gonna be Z0. So we're not gonna put anything here. This is gonna be the extruder, so nothing here either. These two are gonna be empty. And then it's gonna go Z0, Z1, Z2. So Z0 okay. Z0 is gonna be this guy back here. He's gonna come around, drop in there. Flip that over. This is Z2 here. So Z0, Z1, Z2. That's gonna end up going right here. So let's go ahead and get that chopped down. Good. Oh, let me pull the camera back up. Sorry about that. There we go. These all stripped. Where are we at time-wise? An hour and 46. I'm probably going to wrap this up in about anywhere from 15 to 45 minutes. It's hard to tell. Let's see where we end up. I want to at least get these steppers done. I do want to power it up. I'm either going to do that live. Maybe I'll do a short of turning it on the first time. I want you guys to see how the Siboor kit is on first power up and how hands off it supposedly is as far as being able to just turn it on, and it should, you know, be on. We'll find that out soon. This guy over here. Grab some pins. Four on the first pinch, perfect. So we know this is going in like that. Put a pin to the back. Alright, yeah, okay, so I should find this direction here like this. This way just makes, you know, less flexing of the wires. And you go ahead to pin this. There's that one, good. Next one. Good. Same thing. Good. Need to find a shirt like Steve builds. The crimping ain't easy. I don't mind. I don't mind crimping. The only crimping I minded were the 1.25 millimeter JSTs with SB2209. That was brutal. Should be alright though. Should be alright. Okay, let's get this one pinned out. It's gonna go black. It's tight enough. Green. Red. And blue. This was Z2. Yes. The last Z. Alright. See, that blue one. There it goes. Very good. Very good. That's how that one's gonna go. Right there. This one's gonna come right across it and right next to it. So right here. So with a little bit of slack, we'll put that one right up there. Go ahead and split this one up. Which one is that DC there? It's all in there. Just being paranoid in the camera, it looked like it wasn't in there all the way. It's in there. Twist to twist. So, in the coming weeks, what I want to do is, after this one's done, after the Trident's done, I'm hoping to do maybe one, maybe two more streams on the Trident. After that's done, we're going to go ahead and do some modifications on Crook 250. We're probably going to update to release candidate 8, RC8 tap. My X is super noisy as far as resonance goes. Still prints fine for the most part, as long as I'm not trying to go stupid high speeds. But overall, I'd like to take care of that. Might do away with Mantis. I'm running tap with Mantis currently with Rapido. And Mantis is fine. It cools good, you know. Don't really need that much cooling for ABS. I do for PLA. Sometimes, I guess. Not all the time. Even that's kind of a specific use case. I was thinking of going with tap and dragon burner. There's one more option too if it's ready in time. If it's ready in time, I can go with one more option. But probably for right now, we're just going to go with Dragon Burner. They have support for RC8 tap already. I actually printed some of them. I was gonna stick it on here. I have to adjust some stuff. Is this the right one? Should probably paid attention when I pulled them off the machine. Yeah, so the Dragon Burner's got its own tap mount, the front plate. So just go right on the rest of the RC8 parts, which is nice. So it make swapping that super quick, super easy. And yeah. So after that, though, we're gonna probably just spend 1 week with Crook. Get him down a little more. Then we're gonna go ahead and probably do the ERCF. I have a kit on the shelf. It's a Triangle Labs kit. Looks well built, everything else. But we're gonna do that. But we're not gonna do just the stock ERCF. Gonna do a couple of the modifications that are out there for it. Sturdy Bunny is one of them. It does away with the threaded rods and you use a piece of 2020 extrusion. Supposed to be hence the name Sturdy. That, a couple other mods. I'm not going to go with carrot patches. They just seem to take up a lot of room. They don't work that great. I mean, they work, but there's things that work better. So we're probably going to go with either Pika or it was showing another one yesterday, I believe it was. The Stern Wheeler. That thing looks pretty cool, and the bomb is super easy. There's nothing crazy going on. And I just noticed this last step where I put the wires backwards. Let's before I get any further, let's go ahead and fix that real quick. I don't know how I managed to do that. I can get my poker out here. Alright, this should be easy enough. Just push them down. As long as you don't over depress them, they should come out fairly easy. Then you just kind of give the pin a little pop back up. So it's good to go again. What happens when you over squish them is you can't get that pin back out, and then you're recrimping. And that's not fun. That's just a waste of time. Then your wires are uneven. And yeah, it's just not as fun. So make sure you don't over depress them. Okay. Do this right this time. So black hair. Nope. Green. Red. And blue. And that is, again, Z2. This is, no, 0, 1, 2, right here. There we go, that one's in and done. This guy's crimped. So now this guy can go in and be done as well. Move on to the next one. Red. Oh, I could have sworn I just tuned out of the corner of my eye, pop out of the connector. Assume we go to plug it in. So far looks good. This guy's going right here. Right there. Alright, so in order to close this up, we gotta do the other stepper. So actually, let's push this guy in some more. The likelihood of me adding more can and having to use both of those is very slim. To be honest, I'm just running the wire here. So this guy, this can wire, let's see what we want to use. Do we just want to go the ferrules on the end? Or do we want to be fancy and plug it in here? Let's see what I have in the Big Tree Tech box of goodies for that. I don't think I have 4-port pin for that. I do not. Okay, and they must not have supplied it, or do I already have it out here somewhere? No, I don't believe so. Okay, that makes that decision easy. Just ferrules it is. So let's go ahead and actually put another piece of channel down. Going back this way. So, for in between there, we're going to have a piece about this big. So that big. Just a little score, you don't need much to break this one off. That other side isn't the easiest. It's flexible, it's a little softer. Sharpens off of there. VHB, I got that sitting right here still. And again, just small piece. I think it isn't going anywhere. Probably do the same thing again and just kind of quickly mark where this first one is. This way we keep it the same throughout. And this one this time looks like 25 is the magic number. There. Right there. Eek. that's going to be, what, 5mm difference there, so 20. And that looks like it ends up almost perfectly with the wiggle mount. Alright. So, let's go ahead and cut a couple more pieces real quick. Actually, yeah. Let's go ahead and cut a couple more pieces. I just want to get this back rail covered up. I know this is boring. I mean, I kind of enjoy it a little bit, but we're not getting a ton done at the same time either. It's more cosmetic is what's slowing us down here. Look, if it was just plug it in and be done with it, we would have been done wiring already. Throw some zip ties on it. Call it a day. No. Plus, this is my first Voron build, so you know it's kind of got that little bit of meaning to it. So do it right. Make it look pretty. I'll be happier for it in the long run. Line this one up. Let's get the next piece out. I don't have more section. No, here it is. This one's just gonna be another little dinky guy. Broke off. And good. Just a touch more. Alright, that channel is on there. Alright, let's get this one stepper wire going. Let me sneak this under these wires here. Bunch of ground wires. It's gonna be a little tighter because of the plug inside of there, but it'll be fine. Alright, so here, this one we might actually get lucky. This might be enough wires. This one's gonna come back to this first spot. Let's see what we have here. Uncut, yeah, we'll just go with this here. Because that JST is still gonna be a little too long for my liking. So we'll just go ahead and get this wire done real quick. we need the pokey guys. We need the pokey guys. Got them right here. Little pokies. Hold them all at the same time, you can get lucky and snap the bar off. You don't have to worry about cutting them. Crimpers. What did I do with them? Here they are. These are just in case anyone ever wonders, cheap ass pair of crimpers. Fly to you. 2-0. Fly 2-0. They serve their purpose. They get the job done. They're not going to win any awards. I can't speak to the iWis or, well, iCrimp now. Because the only thing I had from them is a PEX crimper. And that is plumbing, not electrical related. Probably after we get this one on, might wrap it up after that. Back's getting a little sore, it's late. And then either I will try to get another one in during the week this week, maybe Saturday. Check what's going on Saturday. I kind of like that idea. I could either do Saturday morning, this way for my foreign friends, you know, they're actually able to make it. And Schlocky Dong there, he was the only one. I was hanging in there, so it was 1 a.m. when I started over there. So but if I do stick to it during the week schedule, which is going to be easiest, I would like to do Saturday mornings. That's what I wanted to do. The only problem is pretty much all of fall from August through November. I have 2 boys in football and a girl in cheerleading. So that is not going to work. And the oldest boy is his first year in high school. And freshmen play on Saturday mornings instead of Friday nights. So sucks to be him. And me. Told me to. Let's look at him out. So make sure this is going in the right way. Black over here. Perfect. Snapped right in. And again. And again. And one last time. And again. Alright, I'm gonna plug this in now. Alright, those are plugged in. Yeah, the wiring. Normal is going to be kind of a tough one to cover up that big ass plug. Let's see. What do I need for wires here? Pop up. Do a little flip. That's good there. That's good there. You know what? Also got to run through here is the USB for the Pi. They have a UART cable as well that came with it. Where is that at? There's a UART cable here, and based on just the Pi end of things, at least I'm pretty sure this is what this is. This is a UART cable. Orange Pi LTS, but this is Still the same thing. This would go here. You're picking up your RX and your TX from up front here. You have the ground right here. RX TX. I'm not sure if the other black is a secondary ground, I believe. But that, what I assume, is going somewhere on this header here. I said UART power, and that couldn't have been any easier to figure out. It says right on the board. UART pi power. Pi power. UART. I'm not sure. Maybe we'll stick with UART. There's really no reason to go UART connection. There's really no reason not to. Same with USB. There's no reason for it or against it. It frees up a USB spot. I don't see myself running into problems with USB. So we're also going to be running ADXL off of this. And I'm going to make a little wiring harness for this, which I'm glad I remembered. They gave a wire for ADXL. It's in here somewhere. Also, we still have LEDs to run. Let's see, ADXL wire, where are you? So we kind of just know what's going on later on. Trying to plan ahead. Okay. So, that's pretty long wire. I'll probably go ahead and stick some loom on it if I have any extra laying around. I probably do. I likely do. So this is going to go, you have SDO, you have CS, ground, 5 volt, SDA, and SCL. So you'll plug all those in there, and maybe I'll just leave this coiled up somewhere. I mean, could always hook it up permanently, run it back. There's plenty of room here, I believe, to be able to run it back and back out to the tool head where the tool head's going to be. So we'll just hold off on this right now. I'll wrap it. Don't worry about that. Another day. Same with this. We're going to pop that guy back off of there because that's not what we're doing right now. They also gave the cable just if you wanted to run 2 wires for it as well. I popped that off earlier. That is somewhere in the box of goodies. And that box of goodies is telling me it doesn't want me to find it right now. But anyway, yeah, there's just a 2-wire one just for the power for the Pi that they provide as well. Here it is. I already have stuff buried under everything on here. This goes to the Pi. You see it's got 5 volt ground. And then the same thing, it goes to the header up here. And then it just powers your Pi, and you just hook up via USB still. So, with that said, via USB, this USB is ridiculously long for this. I don't need a 3-foot USB-C cable. So, maybe we will go UART. But they have that plugging in to this side here. This one USB 2.0. You don't need 3.0 speed for clipper or anything like that going on. And no reason to get crazy. You know what? I think we'll just go UART. Make life easy. Okay, so we got that in. Let's get this stepper buttoned up real quick. Before I get sidetracked anymore. I want to get this out of the way here. overall, this build's been pretty good. Um, haven't ran into really any issues. Quality of all the parts have been good. Doing different parts. I tend to tighten stuff down quite a bit. As you can see, I'm not a small person, so when I tighten stuff down, it gets pretty damn tight. So, none of the parts broke. Everything's strong, solid. We'll see how it fares over time. I don't honestly plan on printing a ton of ABS on this. It will, of course, print ABS. I just don't plan on doing a ton of it. I have Crook, does a great job at ABS. I have a couple other projects coming up that will handle that build just fine. I am currently designing a 250 build, fully enclosed, fully self-enclosed Core XY. I know there's about 1 million of them out there, but this one has my touch to it. I like it. I like where it's going. It's gonna be all 2020. I bounced an idea back with, you know, a mix of 2020s and a mix of 2040s, but it was kind of unnecessary. The more I got into it, is like either, you know, choose one and go with all or don't. So we're back to 2020. All MGN12, and you can enclose it, which you can't usually do with MGN12 unless you get a little creative. So I'm hoping that will be done in CAD within the next couple months. CAD's a lot of work. I want to go through, I want to add screws, I want to add the belts, you know, full part list, everything else. I just dropped the pin. Yeah, that guy might be gone. I'd like to add all that stuff, but that's just so much time, and I have a full-time job, so that's not that pin, that's another pin from something else. I have a full-time job. I don't have time to add screws and stuff. I'll tell you what screws you need, but as far as seeing them in the CAD, you know, line up the hole. That's what I like about the Voron machines. I mean, they're a complete CAD, down to, I mean, everything. Anything that's going to be on the printer is in that CAD. And I'm pretty decent at Fusion. I mean, I'm not bad at all. I'm good enough to be able to build a printer, or design a printer. But like, there's still things that get me, like, how the hell did you get the cable chains to go where you want them to go in the CAD? I have no clue. So I don't put cable chains in the CAD. My custom build that I'm working on, that I'm building, or not building, but designing, that's only going to have cable chain likely on, only on Z. I can't say it will be a triple Z setup. Almost same style as Crook. Crook is a triple independent Z with kinematic mounting. There's no bed frame or anything underneath like the Trident and a couple others. It's just a bed, some little balls and a couple magnets, and then you're good. So it works great. I have no complaints about it. If you want to see it do a bed dance, check out my shorts. You'll see a video uploaded yesterday of it doing the bed dance, doing its thing. Alright, so let's get this right this time again. We are going to go black, green, red, and blue. Okie doke. That is in. I am happy about that. The steppers are done. That's a lot of crimping. So that's good. Do I want to put this one channel on right now? Yeah, why not, huh? Alright, one channel here, and then c'est la vie. Okay. Right there. Right there. This one should be a fairly easy one to put on. Should be. Let's see how that goes in about 2 seconds, right? So, first space, we want this guy in here. We want this guy in here. We want this guy. Oh, let you go here. This one. Yeah, we want you pretty much next to your brother here. This one will line up in here. Go ahead and set these accordingly. So we'll pop this guy up through here too. There it goes. And we'll just sneak that in there with that one. Okay. Let's get this pop in place. So far, so good. We'll support on the bottom panel here. I don't want to have any mistakes. Seems to be the hang-up one was that one, but that went in. Okay. So, see if I slide in all the way here. There we go. That is progress. Progress made. This is good. I'll take that. So the hard parts are done. The only thing left for wiring is button up the U2C. Button up the U2C. What else? LEDs, which are these guys here. I still got to figure out where I want to mount them. I got 2 of these. If I can separate them or not, that's a different story. Wow. Those really don't want to come apart. these are not the 6812 variant. These are just RGB. I mean, they're still addressable. They're not only RGB. They're addressable RGB, but there's no white channel. If there was a white channel, you'd see a little yellow bar there with a little half moon. I mean, they'll still look good. You have nozzle LEDs. How much light do you need? I usually put 24 volt FCOB lighting in my stuff anyway. That's this stuff. It's like 600 and some odd 24 volt white LEDs per meter. That's what's in the crook. Its chamber. This chamber's mega bright. I can show you that real quick. I think I can show you that real quick. Let's see. Oh, apparently we got some other stuff there. I just finished printing the grill for Kevin A.K. Sam's VFAC. VFAC. I don't know if that's how you say it or not. That should be pretty cool. Where is it at? I got that sitting right here. Nope. Parts are falling out already. But that's just a few extra parts added to the rear exhaust. So you have your rear exhaust. He has this guy here, which is like a just basically, you'll see in a second, it'll hold up. The next part, it just simply just sits right in here. Doesn't go anywhere. Doesn't do anything except hold the next part up. Still room for you to get your screws. There's a gap there. Still room to get your screws in between there. And then you have. So what this is, it's an activated, charcoal filter again. So I have the Nevermore V5 on here now, and this will be in the back as well. This thing's gonna be pumping out sunshine and rainbows. The air's gonna be so clean coming out of it. So that goes on there. That's nice. Nice fit. No charcoal's gonna be falling out of there. I actually have a bag of Nevermore carbon right here from DFH. Thank you. Oh. And so after you get that on there, it's simply just that sits in there. This way, you put your cover on there still. If you don't drop everything in the process. Put your cover on. Okay, we're just gonna not worry about the grill right now. You get the point. With everything in here. So you want the little pull tab, which is nice. That's convenient. Thanks, Kevin. Just slips right in. Boom, that's covered. And then I believe it's just like this for the main cover. Yep. And there you go. You're fully sealed. You have the fan blow through. There's nothing coming out of your machine without cycling through the Nevermore charcoal. Nice touch. Alright, so with that said, I was going to show you how bright this was, right? Right. It's hard to tell on here, but it's so bright. That chamber's so bright. It'll blind you. Well, I'm not going to keep going anymore tonight. It is a work night. I do have a regular job. So, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up there. We're about 2.5 hours in. For anyone else who catches this later, feel free, you know, shoot me a like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Hopefully this weekend or this coming Tuesday.